Hello, I am Chinazami Ranyao. Thank you very much for viewing this. And today we'll be talking about how to integrate renewable energy sources in supply chain management. Now, renewable energy sources are very good because they have helped to provide a clean future. They will help to provide a clean future, and their integration into supply chain could actually lower the amount of carbon emission and has long-term benefit costs. Well, the process of integrating seems easy, as said, but it also has some difficulties. Difficulties relating to integrating the renewable energies in supply chain comes from the fact that there are specific standards in which these renewable energies must be operated for it to maintain efficiency. Now, for example, we look at the wind farm. The wind farm has to be located in a remote location where there will be like good source of wind. If put in a place where there is no good source of wind, its efficiency could be shortchanged. There is also the manufacturing and distribution and availability of infrastructure required for hydrogen use. Hydrogen used in supply chain. So to provide this hydrogen energy, it needs some certain level of infrastructure that, if not provided, might not be able to help us provide this energy required. Now, integrating into a supply chain needs a very comprehensive strategy. You need to ensure that while you are integrating renewable energy in supply chain, it has comprehensive strategy. You have to use comprehensive strategy to ensure that there is cooperation between the suppliers, the legislators, the industry stakeholders to fully solve the regulatory and economic concern. To solve this problem, it's important that organizations must look at their specific goals and what they aim to achieve by integrating renewable energy in their supply chain. Goals. This is a very vital part to integration of renewable energy in supply chain. It's important that firms need to know their goals and what they want to do and what they aim to achieve by integrating renewable energy in their supply chain. When it comes to renewable energy, the organization must adhere to certain principles that will guarantee that the goals will be met by adhering to this principle. Goals include the financial goals, what they aim to achieve, and their impact in the environment. Knowing these goals will guide organizations to be able to tailor how they integrate these sources of energy and how they use them for the benefit of mankind. There are some certain strategies that will be looked upon on how organizations can use renewable energy for for best use. For best use of renewable energy, there are certain strategies that organizations can implement. One of the strategy is setting impactful, purposeful, and strategic goals driven by executive level support. It's important that organizations need to state their goals. And their goals have to be smart. Their goals must be specific. Their goals must be measurable. Their goals must be achievable. Their goals must be relevant, and their goals must be time bound. Smart. By achieving by setting impact, purposeful, and strategic goals driven by executive level support, the company or organizations can say, we want to ensure that we, by this amount of year, so amount of years, we can reduce the amount of carbon footprint that we have on in the environment. So they are setting goals for themselves and they ensure that they fulfill these goals by following every regulatory process strictly. Another option is tailoring the approach to the organization's specific needs, constraints, and brand identity. The steps involves identifying the specific need and constraint of the organization and designing renewable energy strategy that works with the organization brand identity. If the if the organization, for example, is a food manufacturing company, the company may decide to have its renewable energy, such as solar, on rooftops of, of manufacturing plants. Another way of following this strategy is ensuring accountability and strong program management. This, as it is said, states that the organization, needs to ensure that each person that it's working with, each supplier, each partner is accountable to for the amount of carbon emission that is being released, and they work together as a team. Despite being different companies, they work together as a team to ensure that they reduce the amount of carbon emission that they put into the environment. The fourth strategy is building a robust and secure platform for various implementation in terms of distributed energy system. It involves designing and implementing a platform that can support various renewable energy implementations such as solar, wind, and geothermal. The fifth strategy, is adopting a flexible portfolio approach to take advantage of alternative financing and market opportunities. The steps involve exploring alternative financing options such as the power purchase agreement and tax incentive that will help organizations to, or more say, to encourage organizations to reduce the amount of carbon emission in the environment. The sixth approach is engaging unique opportunities and partnership for growth and innovation. It's important that governments, legislation, partners with certain organizations to be able to encourage this organization that while producing, they reduce, or while carrying out any supply chain activity, either production, manufacturing, or transportation, they reduce the amount of carbon emission. This they do in order to get some incentives back. So let's say, for example, if the government puts a cap on the amount of emission that can be released. If the company works lower than this, they tend to pay less to the government for they tend to pay less to the government, and they don't get and they don't get issues with the government. We would also be looking at the drivers, benefits, and barriers of green supply chain management. The drivers of green supply chain management is environmental regulation. Regulations are set for each organization to follow. So a specific organization that works in the manufacturing of food has its regulation. Same as those that work in the manufacturing of phones, let's say, they have their regulations that they are to follow strictly And by following these regulations strictly, they tend to drive the green supply chain management. Together with, as usual, the government has to be in support of this move. Financial benefits. Currently, in the recent years, government has been able to make it be in such a way that organizations that ensure or follow the supply that follow green supply chain management actually get benefits from being green or from using renewable energy. For example, we have certain companies who make use of renewable energy to power their trucks, to power their manufacturing plant, and so we will take Loblaw for an example. Loblaw has Loblaw trucks that use solar panels while delivering goods. Another thing that drives green supply chain management is company's image. A company who follows green supply chain management and tries to reduce the amount of carbon footprint it has on the environment tends to have a very good image in the society. The government looks at them better and the government upholds them and the government gives them things like tax incentive and they make good money from being green. Environmental conservation is also another driver. We also need to be motivated to conserve our environment, know the importance and the reasons why not conserving the environment could cause issues or or could cause problems for the future. So it's important that conserving the environment is a good driver of green supply chain management and also new green innovation. Certain researches has been going on green supply chain management. Many researchers have put into efforts and have looked at ways in which they can innovate new methods or new plans that will reduce the amount of carbon emission in the environment.